I hate it when my mom drags me to church, but it was kind of funny when the pastor, my mom's Catholic, so it's a white church, and the pastor, he was talking about how there's like no order in the world. There's all this chaos within marriage, sexuality, sex, and relationships. He didn't really try to be. He tried to play it real liberal and not try to be too. He didn't say the word gay. He just kind of lumped everything onto like marriage, sexuality. And you can probably just look at him as like, it's like, I hate you, but you have a point. There is something wrong and fucked up about the world, especially when it comes down to sex and sexuality. And last night was Amber Rose's slut walk, and you seeing madness and craziness all over. Um, my issue is with my issue is with a lot of women who support Amber Rose. And I listened to her little sad sob story of the accidental head position. When she tells her story of, um, when she was 14, this guy told her to get on her knees, and she didn't know what it meant, and she didn't know what it meant, and he said something else, and another person had gone to the room, and this girl thought Amber Rose was giving this dude oral sex, and the girl kind of just ruined her name. Her reputation was ruined at school, this, that, and the third, and she throws some disses at Kanye, you know, and then people on Facebook, try to get in on Kanye. This is how fake motherfuckers are. And Kanye thought he was gonna get a lot of support just because he was claiming to run for president. See how motherfuckers switch up on you so quick? God damn. Um, I should have been working on that fucking thing, but I just say fuck it. I can't do it. I am too booked. I'm too tired, man. I ain't got nothing to do. My bad. I was just thinking about this kind of assignment I'm supposed to turn in an email tomorrow, but I just ain't got the time for that shit. I might do it late afternoon, but I'm just saying fuck it, man. I ain't got time for that. But anyways, it's just kind of funny how she's throwing shade at Kanye, and I'm just kind of like, it's funny how Kanye would turn down Amber Rose and call her this and that, yet he's with a woman that's a hoe too and done far most. It's like, what the fuck am I reading in these comment sections? It's like niggas and hoes are doing the most. Like, it's funny how Amber Rose diss Kanye, and then people on Facebook diss Kanye as well, only to slut shame another woman. And I'm like, what the f- are these motherfuckers even learning or comprehending the bullshit that they're on? How you on a anti-slut shaming thing campaign, and at the end of the day, you're trying to throw shade at a dude who left you for another hoe, but you as a hoe ain't supposed to make fun of other hoes, but you do it anyway. I'm like what the fuck? How you like? It's like y'all playing picky, man. Y'all playing too damn picky. I'm like, I don't care if you're calling white women a hoe and shit, but I'm like, where does this biracial come from to throw shade at somebody just because Kanye, I guess, upgraded it or traded one hoe for another hoe, and then you want people to slut shame her? What? Get out of here with that shit. You can tell these fans are just kind of going through the motion and whatnot. And I'm just surprised this whole slut shaming thing is getting amplitude and getting support, especially among black women. But I just think it's just for, celebrity status, and just trending, and they're just going with the motion. You know, I've seen some comments from guys, not from like my group, because I know my group is kind of biased. But I looked on like comment sections from men. Yeah, it's them simping. It's them acting an asshole. I wonder if they heard me. Hope not. But it's just them niggas simping. You know, niggas trying to get some ass. Shit, like, man, dudes need to really stop acting dumb as if it's that hard to get some ass. You don't need to be all this super nice guy bullshit. You don't need to do that act, man. Niggas is just making a spectacle out of their own self when, you trying to you try to be sympathetic to a hoe. I mean, dudes need to chill with that shit. But, I, I'm just kind of, I'm surprised, but then again, I'm like, what kind of age are we getting into, man? What I'm worried about, and I was debating this with this feminist, because I'm telling her, like, I don't support this act, I don't support this behavior, because if I have a daughter, I don't want her living up to this bullshit. And the thing is that there's double standards with it, because even with feminists, they create double standards. You know, you go to these women in the slut-shaming walk, and you ask them for sex. They're gonna look at you crazy and be like, "Oh, how dare you ask me for sex? I'm not a whore." And then like the thing is that you wait a minute, you're not a whore, but you're walking around with a sign saying I'm a whore. I like sex, so what? So if you like it, I like it. What's the problem? You know, but they just want to play dumb and shit, and they just want to create, you know, shit on their terms, and they want all the privileges, and they just want to be like, oh well, men can't have sexual needs or desires, but I can, and I have to do it on my terms. And I'm tired of these feminists making it seem like it's so wrong for men to have sex or have sexual feelings or desires of any kind, but it's okay for women. It's like they expect women to do everything. Like you can't lead anything. You know, that's why there's just too many double standards with feminism. That's why I just don't believe it, because it's too one-sided for females. We're glorifying whorish behavior by women, but when men do it, or when men, express it, it's rape culture, it's sexism, patriarchy, objectifying women. It's like, how do men work with feminism? We're doing the same thing, but it's like, why are you mad all of a sudden? That's why I can't understand male feminists, because it's like, well, what are you trying to do? Are you trying to, because it's like the double standards is going to hit you anyway. Because they want you in and they don't want you in at the same time, because they're bullshitting about equality. We want equality, but on our terms. But if it's on your terms, there's no equality. But I can't understand the point with feminists and their backwards logic with women getting the golden rule, and they make the rules as they go along, but men, we're the bad guys. We're the ones contributing to rape culture, and we can't get a say so in anything. But you know let me be quiet because I don't have a voice. I hope I'm not rambling, but I'm just saying though, it's like, what can men do in feminism? Like, what do feminists expect men to do in feminism? I'm just trying to ask, because it's like, the thing is, I know one thing with men can't, they can't do in feminism, is that they can't ask questions. They can't say no to shit. They can't disagree with a feminist, because if they disagreed, they're patriarchy, sexist, misogynist. It's like, But you can disagree with me all you want, and your so-called claim is to fight for gender equality. I may have, I may be studying, in women's studies and stuff like that. But the thing is, I'm not really trying to fight for, equality amongst genders. I'm trying to fight for mutual understanding. That's what really needs to be. There needs to be mutual understanding to where there is no double standards, there is no what ifs, or there is no issues. Now, double standards might be important, but the thing is that you have to kind of learn how the world works, and we're worrying too much on intangible bullshit such as sexual access, sexual liberation, and you know as a black man, I'm not worrying about sex. I'm not worrying about entertaining some female sexual desires, especially when we as black men have a very lack in control in our own neighborhoods. We don't control it. We're not putting money into it. We don't have the blueprints to make buildings or whatever we want to put in our neighborhoods. We don't have that control, and that's what we need. We need control. We need policing protection on our terms. But feminists want to waste so much time talking to women about, oh, you don't need to worry about having power yet, unless you don't need to worry about that yet, but you need to worry more on your sexual liberation. It's wasting too much time. That's all I'm saying.